They really threw DeMar DeRozan away like he was a piece of trash, bro. Don't think I forgot. So this is what happened. It all started back in 2009 when he was drafted to the Toronto Raptors. He had just come off a crazy good college performance at USC, and he was looking to bring that energy to the next level. And honestly, he was able to do so. But there was one problem. His team just wasn't good, bro. I could sugarcoat it because it's not like they were the worst team in the league, but they was trash, bro. Unless you were a day one fan, sometimes you will forget that the Toronto Raptors were even an NBA team. It's crazy to say that now. So basically, DeMar DeRozan had to start from zero, with no NBA experience, with no one to show him the way to success. He had to become the face of the team. And even though it was overwhelming at the time, he just put his head down and got to work. Hopefully, putting all this hard work would lead to his team winning some games. So you would think. But it was the complete opposite. It seemed like the harder he worked, the less results he was seeing. And this went on for 5 straight years of not making it to the playoffs. Things like that make you question your ability. Having thoughts like, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm just not built for this. Maybe I'm just your average player. The mind is a very powerful thing, man, and the voices of doubt was growing louder and louder in his head, to the point where he was about to accept his fate as the best who never was. But the crazy thing is, right at the height of his doubt, the team just started winning. Everything just started going right for them, and everybody was on the right page. They were starting to make the playoffs. DeMar DeRozan was now an all-star. They could only go up from there. So you would think. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. They ran into a different problem. A problem that was almost impossible to prepare for. This problem was called LeBron talk. At the time, LeBron James just returned to the Cleveland Cavaliers. And after leaving the city years before to play with the Miami Heat, he left the Cavaliers fans tarnished. I mean, they were stuck in their feelings. He was supposed to be their savior for a long history of losing. So now that LeBron was back, he was ready to deliver on that promise. And every team that got in his way got destroyed, including Toronto. And it got so bad that the fans started calling Toronto LeBronto. He basically owned them. Every year, DeMar DeRozan had a chance to win it all. LeBron was there to stop him. It was starting to seem like it would never end. But it was one day when things went from bad for DeMar DeRozan to even worse. It happened in the summer of 2018. The Toronto Raptors had just got swept by LeBron and the Cavs, the usual. But they had a good enough team to come back and give them some competition next year. And DeMar DeRozan was really embracing his role as the team leader. They had a great starting lineup, and they had a solid bench. But out of nowhere, the franchise player, the player who built this team from the ground up, the player who put his blood, sweat, and tears into this organization, was traded. It was a shock to the fans, and it was a shock to DeRozan. No one in the front office gave him a heads up. They just threw him out like they didn't care about him. DeMar DeRozan felt betrayed. He thought that they were supposed to be family. It was a hard pill to swallow that at the end of the day, it's just business. He was traded to the San Antonio Spurs, which was a decent team, but it just wasn't the same. He wasn't playing alongside his brothers anymore. And to make things even worse, his former team went on to win a championship that same year. That was the ultimate blow. It had him thinking that maybe he was the problem. He was just salty. But instead of entertaining his self-doubt, he just kept focusing on what he could control. That's continuing to show up, continuing to work on his game, and everything else is gonna play out how it's gonna play out. As of now, he is on the Bulls, and it looked like he is having fun again. That dark cloud has passed over him. It looks like he enjoys the team he's on. Now, all he has to do is win a championship. Will we see it happen? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. Peace.